Well, today is an exciting day. This is done except for these two ridge caps. Let's take this clamp off here, and this piece of wood I take on here off. And everything's laying nice and flat. And let's turn it around. We haven't seen the backside for a long time. Here we go. All right, we can take these room partitions out. We have the stairs for here made. I just have to glue this back piece on. Here's another room divider, so we can decide where we want these rooms. And we'll do that after we finish. We'll set these over here. So let's take a look in here. Now let's talk about room placement. Here is our fireplace. Now what I was thinking of, I have some big plans and I'm not going to share that with you of what we're going to do with the fireplace. But I'm thinking here will be the wall, and this will be the kitchen, and you will wait, oh, I'm pushing it the wrong way. Anyway, I have to figure out how to get the door opening from this side because the doorknob's on the other side. But here over will be the living room, and here I was thinking would be the master bedroom, and here will be the bathroom, and this would be the library sewing room. But I think we're wrong. This will stay the bathroom. This will be the bedroom. This will be the office, sewing room, library. I think that's how we're going to go. We'll put the wall here because we can put these walls anywhere we want them. So we'll put the wall here, and this will be the bedroom, the bathroom, the library. I still think I want this to be the kitchen and the living room. And then up here will just be storage stuff. So what we have to do now is, before we get too far carried away, we need to get this and this and this shingled, and then we need to get the ridge caps on it, and we need to get the trims on it, and then we can start with this. So let's go ahead and get started. It shouldn't take too long. All right, I have one row on there. Now I want to make sure the first row is right. So I'm going to measure it to make sure that line is 7/8 of an inch. It is. Because the shingles scooch all over, I want to give myself a hard edge to push the shingles up to. I'm going to put this stick, the straight edge, on that line. And now, to make sure that it's right, I'm going to measure it for 7/8. and it is. So now I'll take my glue and run a bead of glue across the top where the line is. And then across the bottom just to give it extra stability. And I'm going to go ahead and start laying my shingles. Pushing the shingle up to the edge, or the straight edge, trying to keep it as straight as I can with the edge of the roof over here. And then I'll just go ahead and put my shingles on. Just push them up against that stick. Push the shingle down and hold it while I'm putting the next shingle on. And then when I get a few on here, I'll take a piece of scrap and I'll just put it on the shingles to help hold them down till they get sticking. I'll move my stick over. And because this isn't a full shingle width here, I have some scraps. I'm going to see if that will work to go there, and it will, because it brings it right up to the edge. So I'm going to now take my scrap piece, push up on the bottom to get these shingles all flush with the top. I'll take my guide off. I'll lay it across the shingles, and then I'm going to clip it to hold them there, because this is the edge you're going to see the most obvious when you come back to putter with your dollhouse. So we're going to let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go up here and repeat the process up here. And by the time I get over here to this one, this will have set long enough. I can take that off, and then we can just get going on this. But the first row is pretty hard. And when I get over to here and get ready to work on this row, then I'll show you again how I'm going to notch a shingle out to fit right here. All right, I'm going to try to show you again so you can see it better, how we notch out for a shingle for a piece of house or trim. So we're going to line it up so that the shingle will be equal with the edge of the roof. Now when I get all done shingling and get ready to be putting the trim on, this excess here will be cut off. So we'll mark the shingle at this place we need to notch it out. Then we're going to go up here where the shingle will sit next to the house. We'll put it up there to where it's supposed to sit on the line, and then we'll notch or make a mark here. So then we'll take and draw a line from there to there. And that's what we need to notch out. Now, to do that, we're going to let's just see how it works if we cut it. Now to do that, we're going to take our little utility knife, and on the line that goes across here, we're going to try and use this as a wood chisel. So we'll put the blade on the line, and hoping we don't break the shingle, which is just what we did. But it also broke right on this line here. So that might not be a bad thing. We can go ahead and, because see, now we have it notched out, and glue it on. So let's go ahead and put some glue on here where the shingle is going to sit. We'll put this piece on here, right up to the edge of the wall and to the bottom of this wall. And we'll put our other piece on right there. I'm going to put a little piece of scrap wood and one of these bigger clamps on here to encourage it. No, not that way. We want to encourage it to sit down and glue. That's not going to work that way either. All right, maybe we'll just have to hold it for a minute. And we'll go ahead and spread some glue across here and across this part of the shingles. I don't want to go too far because this stuff likes to run down. And let's just go ahead and lay shingles down. I'm going to measure my gauge here, and that's way too high. I can see I'm way above the line there. That's better. The shingles don't have to be perfect. You do want them to be relatively lined up so it doesn't look really stupid. Okay, that's going to sit there. This will dry. When it dries, tacks up a little bit more, then I can take a paper towel and dry that off. But what I'm going to have to do is, this is too short. So we got to pull this down to line him up like that. And I need to find a scrap piece and cut that again. But the piece I need to find has to be similar in thickness as that piece. It doesn't necessarily need to match the color, but it should match the thickness. Okay, so we got one piece here. And we know this is too short, so we're going to go ahead and cut it just a little bit above it. And let's go ahead and stick this back on here. And that's a much better fit because it's long enough now. And it has a little bit of an overhang, so when this dries in a couple of days and I trim this off, it'll fit. So that's how you go around and you notch out for those tight fitting angles. All right, we have all the ridge caps on and the roof edges are all trimmed back here. So we're good and ready for the trim that goes on here. Now we need to turn it around and get the last two ridge caps on the front on. I kind of had to have the room wall placement in place. It's just kind of sitting here. I'm thinking I might want this wall to go here because this will be the sewing craft room and this is the master bedroom, and I think that would be okay to have a nice fancy railing up here for the stairway. Okay, I'm going to have to cut these two bottom walls down because they're too long to make an adequate doorway here. And if I were to push them all the way to the back, so we're going to have to cut these two walls down because it's just too long to make an adequate doorway here. So we're going to have to cut a couple inches off these walls because it's even if I were to make the doorway up here, it's still too long to even make a fake door. So we're going to have to cut these two walls out. This, I think, is a good size for a bedroom. The bathroom right off of it. And down here is kind of a dilemma. Okay, so this would make a huge kitchen right here with a wall in this placement. But I kind of like to keep the walls under each other so the trim line will be continuous versus staggered. So that would cut our kitchen size down and make a really nice large living room with a stairway coming here. So that's a possibility. Or we could go this way, have this the kitchen, the bathroom, and this the living room. Plenty of time to make that decision yet because I have to, this is trimmed, this is trimmed, this is trimmed, this is trimmed. So we need to spin it around. I want to put a piece of scrap to help support the shingles because there's a lot of force being on them. And that's not going to work. I'm going to have to get my little knife. I want to bring it as close as I can to the edge of the roof so that we have, or the edge of the shingles, I'm sorry, so we have a good support system for the shingles. All right, let's take our piece of trim and check it. A little bit of a hump here. That looks really good. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Definitely making a mess here, but that's okay. Looks good there. So I think this is where we're going to stop this video because the shingles are all on, and now all we have to do is trim the pieces for the ends of the roof gables and get those painted. I have some trim to cut and paint that goes on the back edges of the floors and the walls in the back. And then we're going to move inside and we're going to start our fireplace work. I have some big plans. I hope they work out. I hope you come back to watch those. So in the meantime, you guys all have an excellent afternoon, and thank you so much for watching this process. I'll see you again soon. Bye.